All right, boys and girls, I'm going to read another story out of Echoes of the Elders. I think this time I'm going to read... Which one? PooGweese. That'll be the first one today. So, our ancestors believed that there were realms in this world where supernatural beings lived. In the sky lived a great clan of thunderbirds, the birds of the winter. Ceremonial. In another realm, far beneath the earth, where everything was backwards, dwelled the ghosts. But the richest realm of all was beneath the sea. This is the story of how our people learned of the undersea world. The people of the village were fearful. Fishing had been poor for a long time, and their stores of dried fish were almost gone. Winter would soon be upon them, and they might starve. Every day the village fishermen went out to sea and let down their nets. They fished and fished, but caught nothing. The sea seemed without life. One day, the fishermen took their canoes off Bird Island. They let their nets sink deeper and deeper into the cold waters. Then they waited. After a while, there was a strong tugging at the lines. The fishermen knew something very large must be in the net. It took all hands to pull the heavy net up and heave it into the canoe. Tangled in the net was a strange being like nothing the fishermen had ever seen before. It was clothed in seaweed and appeared to be something like a man. It had huge front teeth and long scraggly hair. The creature lay there making a squeaking noise, and finally it spoke. "You do not know me, so I will tell you. I am PooGweese, the merman. I am part man and part fish. I dwell in the world beneath the sea. I am chief messenger of Gumaquai, the lord who controls all of the wealth of the ocean. I am his trusted messenger. With the help of the gulls and the loons and the saw-billed ducks, I carry the will of Gumaquai throughout this undersea domain." The astonished fishermen listened and stared at the strange creature. They did not know what to do. They were afraid if they let PooGweese go, he would tell Gumaquai about his captors. This mighty ruler of the sea might get angry and send many great storms. The fishermen would never have any luck fishing again. "I know what you're thinking," said PooGweese. "You are thinking that if you let me go, I will tell Lord Gumaquai. I can understand how you might well be afraid of me, and you certainly should be afraid of my master, but let us strike a bargain." Then PooGweese explained that if the fisherman would release him to his ocean home, he would talk to his master about the fisherman's kindness and about the poor fishing they had endured. "When Lord Gumaquai realizes that you have freed me and that you know of his existence, perhaps life will be better for you," said PooGweese. And for my thanks, I will give you my mask and my song as a gift." The fishermen looked at one another. They knew they had no choice but to send this powerful creature back to the deep, so they accepted his offer. They could only hope their goodwill would please Lord Gumaquai, and that he would improve the fishing and protect them from the great storms. So the fishermen freed PooGweese from their net. He flopped over the side of the canoe and disappeared into the water. The fishermen looked at one another. One of them said, "He didn't leave us his mask or his song. Maybe he tricked us. Maybe he lied." Another fisherman cried, "No, the supernatural ones do not lie." Suddenly a shower of bubbles rose from the sea, and the mask of PooGweese floated to the surface. The fishermen pulled the mask from the water and held it. Then they heard a faint sound. It was weak at first, but they listened, and soon the song of PooGweese filled their ears. The song described the great house made of copper on the floor of the sea just off Bird Island. This was the home of Lord Gumaquai and all of his routine of sea monsters and great creatures from the depths. The fishermen were pleased. The weather was fair and the tides were right. They cast out their nets and caught many fish. Then the fishermen carefully wrapped the mask and took it home. They kept it hidden until the next great potlatch for their people. There they showed the mask proudly and described how it had come to them as a gift from PooGweese and Gumaquai, the lord of the undersea. For all time, the people would cherish the mask of PooGweese, for it reminded them of their ancestors' adventure in the beginning of time when men and supernatural spirits talked together. It reminded them why their fishermen were successful and safe upon the sea, and why their village was wealthy. Though this fearful encounter with PooGweese the merman the people would feel kin to all the beings within the sea forever. And there is the picture of PooGweese's mask. I hope you enjoyed my story for our circle story. See you next week.